Hi there and welcome to Divine Resolution Tarot. My name is Chanel and I'm your reader when you visit this channel. So this reading is intended for twin flames who have Sagittarius anywhere in their chart. It can be you, it can be your twin. For the sake of clarity, I'll be using words like feminine and masculine, but regardless of your physical appearance, please place yourself wherever it resonates for you, okay? So we're looking at the energy in September. I'm looking at the bottom of your deck, Sagittarius, and this is showing me that something happened where, or whoever's watching for Sagittarius, excuse me, because their twin might be Sag, but something happened in this connection where it's like you've been apart, you've been thinking about one another, always kind of wondering what was the purpose of the connection. Is this really over? And then it looks like you came back into one another's space and realized that the old feelings were still there, right? Nothing had really gone away. Nothing had changed, even if time has passed between the two of you. Now, I'm seeing that there was a very passionate opportunity here that seemed like a gift from the heavens, right? Things are finally moving forward. This is going to happen. And then just as quickly, it's like the offer was rescinded. Now, bottom of the deck, we have Page of Swords, Nine of Swords, Nine of Pentacles. So this is almost like getting the information that your worst fears are being confirmed. And that somebody that you really wanted to be with is now in a relationship with someone else or deciding that they need to work on themselves and pulling away, right? I don't feel like that's being communicated for those of you who the latter is the situation. Now I'm looking at past energy for my feminine viewers. We have Chariot in the reverse, and that's being clarified by I forgive you in the reverse. Now, masculine came in as my ego led me astray with the Four of Pentacles. So very much still holding on to the connection, probably not communicating the things that need to be said. There was a conversation here is what this looks like, because I did see a maybe physical reconciliation, but I don't feel like anything got figured out emotionally or mentally. I don't feel like any future plans were made, or if they were made, like I said, they changed very quickly. Because the shared energy was the Knight of Wands in the reverse, and we have the X, right? So there's still too many people involved in this connection. Could be that Sagittarius is working on something else with someone else, like the masculine side here, because I'm looking at our obstacle in the present. But if they're not in a relationship, they're still very much stuck on someone else. And this is the energy of them kind of yo-yoing back and forth to both parties, right? Feminine, I see that you love this person. You feel like they're your other half, but there's indecision for you based on what this person has shown you. And so you put the brakes on this very quickly, I feel like. And in turn, masculine did the same thing. This is kind of the energy of trying to one-up each other, because it's like maybe feminine texts, then masculine ignores, then feminine blocks, then masculine makes his profile private or changes his number. This is very much the energy of you both trying to come through and appear to the other as if you don't need one another or you don't want one another. It's like just as soon as you get something figured out, this other party is kind of always in the mix, and then that leads to both rejecting each other very quickly and acting like nothing happened or acting like you're fine. Now, the obstacle here is the King of Cups, so that could very well be this X, could be a water sign. There's also an energy of the obstacle being transparent about how you're both feeling, because there's ego, but it's also coming through on the feminine side as well. The feminine is not willing to keep putting herself in the same situations. And I feel like there's a possibility for her of having been through a lot in her life. And so she's the kind of person that will cut people out very quickly because she doesn't want people to get the best of her or to bring her down. And then masculine kind of mirrors that energy, right? So you both have probably a little bit of trust issues, probably issues with being interdependent. It looks like there's some issues with codependency on the masculine side, being codependent on this X. And I feel like that's because the X will stick around regardless of what the masculine does, whereas the feminine will leave very quickly. And so it's kind of like always having this backup plan in their corner and having that like safety net, right, for when the feminine leaves and won't put up with this behavior. Now, at present, I am looking, and it looks like feminine got away from masculine very quickly and vice versa. Both of you have been acting like everything's fine, right? Masculine could be doing some drinking. Feminine could be doing some dating. People are acting like nothing is wrong. Presently, we have the sun in the reverse. So feminine, I feel as though that is a little bit of an act, right? You probably have a lot of emotions around the situation that you're not expressing at this time. Masculine is coming through with energy of 9 of Wands. So again, you're kind of mirroring one another, because here he is exhausted and still trying to hang on to his pride and his ego and make it look like he's okay. And then at feminine, it's like, I'm trying to look like I'm okay, right? Actions, however, are death in the reverse for masculine, being clarified by I'm tired of running. So he's still going to be silent, right? He's still being super stubborn, not trying to talk, not trying to figure things out. He doesn't want it to be over, but he's still not communicating any of his truths to his feminine. Feminine energy or action is the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, or in the upright, but in the reverse we have I wish you'd talk to me. So feminine is doing the same thing, right? She's not too worried about contacting masculine, maybe starting a new health regimen, new diet, new career, learning something new, investing in herself, making some sort of purchase. Shared energy is the Devil in the reverse and seduction. So kind of interesting, because we have something that talks about toxicity being gone, but then we have seduction, right? So maybe this is how you kind of play with one another, is like when you're apart, it's like distance makes the heart grow fonder or something, is kind of what this looks like. For you feminine, you could be trying to kind of show like how good you're doing in hopes that he's watching. For the masculine, this could even be the energy you're trying to hold on to the ex very publicly to incite jealousy in the feminine. This is all kind of weird, because it's like you're at a distance and you have some sort of strategy is what this looks like. And it's in hopes that it'll bring the two of you together, right? But you're both also fearing what happened last time around. It's like you want to deal with each other, and you're probably doing it from a distance or telepathically, but you're not willing to come together at this time, because it's almost like you enjoy the harmony that you have in your own lives without one another, and you kind of feel like each other is a headache at this time, right? Now, obstacle here is attraction in the reverse and King of Pentacles in the reverse. So this is an issue too, because what I'm seeing here is somebody has a real habit of not wanting to commit. Somebody in this equation also is a cheater, and they end up with people that they don't really care about, and then they cheat on them. This could be how the feminine met the masculine. Perhaps he was already attached to this ex-partner. So the issue is when the masculine gets bored, he cheats. Feminine knows this about him. So it's like, okay, I can't commit to you if I know that you cheat on everybody I've ever seen you with. You're just going to do that to me, right? Masculine is aware of the fact that feminine feels this way about him. And so he has trouble committing to this connection, because he feels like the feminine will never trust him, right? And that he'll always be at a disadvantage. And I feel like, again, that's why he holds on to this ex, because more than likely he cheated on this ex in the relationship or with the feminine, and the ex is still there, right? Ex is still fighting for this regardless of whether or not they've been treated that way, okay? Now, feminine energy is coming through as I can't do this again, not like this. This means that she would give this another try, I feel like, but we also have my heart is broken and I'm so angry. So it wouldn't be something that happens right away, right? It's like, this is maybe in the future, but right now, like, I just need to be alone. I need to focus on me. Masculine has I've been so foolish, but then we have I'm trying to change in the reverse, and we have I want to come back, right? So that's kind of that death in the reverse energy, where it's like, I don't really want to change anything, but I don't want this to be over. So maybe if I just hold on to this person in my heart space and I come back eventually, they'll forget how angry they are at me and we can try this again, right? And I feel like that's part of that shared energy with the devil, is that the feminine's like, you know what, this is toxic. I'm going to work on me. Masculine's more like, this is toxic. I'm going to let her work on her. And then when she feels better, I'm going to come back, right? And that's kind of that seduction, right? Feminine's making herself more attractive. Masculine's taking a break from everything, hoping that she'll forget why she was even mad. So I'm going to take this over to the extended reading because this is a really interesting dynamic. I'm going to take a look at future feelings, actions, how that will affect each of you. We're going to look at your situation for the future as well as your blockage and the advice for how to deal with the blockage. Now, if you want to follow me over to the extended, the link will be down below. There's also going to be a preview so that you can take a look at what we're talking about. And other than that, that is what I have for you. So you take care of yourselves. Thank you so much for letting me read for you, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye. So it's very conflicted, right? This is a very interesting energy that I'm picking up on between the two of you, because it's like, I want you here, but if you're not, whatever. And I want you to get with the program and get on my, chariot and come with me. But if you don't, whatever. Like, you both are so blasé about one another that it's like, I'm just like, how is this ever going to happen between the two of you, right? And then you're both very much mirroring each other in everything that you do, right? We have Emperor coming out in the reverse, and it says, I know you're worried about me. And Feminine's coming through as Leo, like kind of the Leo card, but Strength in the reverse. So it's like you're both making power plays, right?